Hello, everyone. Um, my name is Justin Marcius. I am the Society of Film and Visual Arts current vice president, and today I'm with Natalia Stevenson.
Hi. You could call me Nati if you want. Um, I graduated St. John's in 2019, and I was on e-board of Film Society that year. So the 2018 to 2019, I was on that e-board. Um, and right now, I'm working as an assistant editor, which is something I've been doing for almost 3 years, I believe. I started that right when I graduated St. John's. And also, I started a film company, First Films, with a couple of my friends that I met at St. John's, and that's what we've been doing. It's been a lot of fun. I love that question. So when I got to St. John's my freshman year, I wouldn't really say there was a film society. Like there was, but nothing was happening. Um, so I really got to see like my friends and my peers find a hole in in what we were missing and what we wanted out of the school, um, and really put our heads together to think like how can we make this better and how can we make this something that is useful and and educational for us. So it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of um, late nights talking about how we can make things better, but yeah, collaborative is the word I would use. It was very collaborative. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, and I can't take credit for the revival. I wasn't part of the original e-board that kind of restarted it, but I got to watch it happen, which was really exciting. Really, really exciting. That's a good question. So definitely when we started, Justin, you could correct me if I'm wrong about the about Film Club now, but we had very limited resources. So a lot of what we were doing, um, we just had to come up with a lot of creative solutions around what we wanted to make. And I think now that lets when I'm on set, that kind of puts me in a place of like I can figure it out. If it's something I want to do, I'll figure it out. And being on set is a stressful place to be, but when you grow into it, immediately knowing how to solve your issues or knowing that you're going to need to figure it out anyway, that helps in the future because there's always going to be issues and there are always going to be problems. Um, so I think one thing that St. John's is missing in its television and film program is um, collaborative classwork. Up until your senior year, you don't really get a lot of group projects or um, you only get like one class in something. So like there's only one cinematography class. So there wasn't a lot of opportunity to like, if you're really passionate about something like sound or like cinematography, there wasn't a lot of opportunity to work in that part of film and then have it critiqued by your peers, which is very useful and it's something that we need. So I think Film Club kind of opens up this opportunity to have underclassmen and younger students be on set and learn how to work with cameras and learn how to work with lights and work with sound, and edit, which is all things that we need to know how to do before we get to a senior project. And before we leave school, we're gonna need to know how to be on set. So I think Film Club kind of opens up that opportunity of collaborative teamwork, which is such a big part of our industry, that I think the classes don't have as much of that until your senior year. Um, so I think the club like teaches us almost what we need to know before we get to that part.
Yeah.
So I got very lucky. I was able to land a gig as an assistant editor right out of college. And basically was what is basically what an assistant editor is. I like to say that we're the people that fixes the problems of production, um, and makes the footage and audio nice and neat for the editors to work with. And then when the editors are done doing what they need to do, we fix the problems that are in the sequences and give it to and deliver it to either the deliverables house or we deliver it to the network ourselves. So we're kind of like the technicians on the inside of the edit. So it's not a very creative job, but it gives you a lot of knowledge in terms of how to use specific platforms. So I use Avid mostly. But yeah, it's a very technical job. Yeah.
What about for first films?
So for first films, I'm the CTO, so the Chief Technology Officer. And I'm basically in charge of, which is kind of what I did at Film Club, is like researching the gear we're going to need for specific shoots, or now that my life is a little bit more in post-production, I can help with that too in terms of deciding what platforms we're going to need to use and how we're going to get the edit done and how we're going to schedule things out and what makes sense. In the overall, as a company, we're trying our best to be a way for people to see stories that aren't usually seen on screen. So what we do as a company, I guess what we're trying to do is tell stories that aren't usually seen on screen. We're a POC woman queer owned company. And we're just trying to be something different, and we're trying to be something positive for the community that we're a part of.
No, then that's awesome to like for you to be able to just go out there and make a company and just to do what you love, really.
Yeah, it's been a ride. It's been a wild ride. Definitely.
No, for sure.
Do as much as you can. I think do as much as you can outside of class, because I think that's where we really catch ourselves, is being too afraid to like go out for opportunities that we might not feel ready for, or feeling like this script is too complicated for us to do right now. But I think you learn when you're in it. So put yourself there, like just do it. Just do it. I don't know.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
We love that.
No, okay. It's hard. It's hard. And the shit that people say of like you really got to know people, you do have to know people, but you also like you can't let that discourage you, because I had like so not a normal route of how to go about life. Like I had a very close friend of mine that was already working in the industry when I got out of school, right? So kind of immediately I had someone watching out for me to be like, this is a good opportunity that you should be looking at. And still to this day, he's like, no, but this is like a good thing for you to look at. And it's important to have people like that in your life. But as long as you're always searching for opportunities and trying your best to meet new people, you will find the people that will do that for you. Like as long as you're putting yourself out there, you're gonna find your people, and you're gonna find the people that want to bring you along everywhere they go, which is how you make a community in film. Like it's all about finding the people that like when I first graduated right before COVID, I was ACing all the time, because I would AC for one shoot, and then I would second AC for one shoot, and then the first AC would be like, oh, I have this thing coming up, do you want to be there? And I like found a crowd that I wanted to be around, and they wanted me around, and it worked out. So it is difficult, and it's going to be disheartening, especially St. John's is not a film school, so there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to know going into it. So much stuff you're not going to know. But as long as your heart is in it, you'll find the people that want to teach you what they know and want to give you those opportunities and want you to be on set with them. You're going to find them. It might take a while. because it can. It's difficult, and also now we're like post-pandemic. You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
really, it's difficult. Um, but just have an open heart. And another thing, I find that sometimes people could really box box themselves into what they want to do. Like I want to be a cinematographer, right? Um, but um, I think one thing we have to do is like see if there's something you can learn from any opportunity, because then you can make anything work, and you can make anything teach you something about what you love to do. So I'm an AE, right? Not I don't know if I want to be an editor when I grow up. Well, I'm 25. I don't know if I want to be an editor like at the end of my career, but I know that what I'm learning right now is something that's going to be useful for me in a year. It's going to be useful in 5 years. It's going to be useful in 10 years. Even if I'm not in post production anymore, it's going to be useful. Um,
Yeah.
so really try to take whatever you can from any opportunity. Even like Justin, you want to be a director. You might not direct something right off the bat, you know,
Yeah.
but you're going to meet people and you're going to do things that are going to inform you for later on in life when you are a director. And then you're going to be like, oh, I know how to solve this problem already. Or I know that this is going to be a pain in the ass for someone else. So let me do it a different way, you know?
Yeah. No, for
Um,
sure.
definitely, I think it's like, I still feel like I'm a student. I still feel like I'm learning. Um, and, you know, definitely just find your people. You got to find your people.
The next thing that I want to do with you is now I asked you all these questions. I want to see if you had any questions for me as someone who represents the e-board for SFVA. I want to see if you had any questions for me.
How's it been? I miss Film Society a lot. I was really proud of it when I was there. So what are the things that you guys are still doing, and what are the new things that you guys came up with?
Yeah.
I really don't know anything anymore. So
So yeah, of course. So we've kept the workshops going. You know, we have our little workshops for lighting, for camera workshops. We've had a writing workshop, which is really cool to
I
get
love
people
that.
involved and just get people to get people's hands on cameras, to get people's hands
Yes.
on equipment, which is good. And we've also had a magazine done. I don't know if you've seen it on our Instagram, but we've put out 2 copies of the Vault um, magazine, and I actually have a copy for you in the office that I want to bring to you at some point
Oh,
for you to have. And yeah, so we've been doing that. We take submissions; they're all student submissions, um, which are really cool. And we also have the cover of the magazine, which is usually a student submitted cover,
that's
um,
beautiful.
which is and it's a way to get your work out there, just to have it published or worked on. I mean, I don't know other schools or other places that just let you have a magazine that you don't even have to pay for, because we give the people the magazines for free, at no cost to them. We also are having our film festival, which you've probably heard about. It's
Yes.
going to be I don't know exactly when this is coming out, but if it's coming out before, it will be on Thursday, April 21st, 1:30 to 4. And we're going to showcase student films. We're going to have some alumni films in there.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
just, yeah, it's going to be a cool little event. We have some judges, and we actually asked Natalia to be a judge for the film festival as well. Um, so yeah, so that is currently what's going on in the club.
That's so exciting. How big?
Right.
Okay, I have 4 questions. How big is the club? Because it was small when I was
So
there. It's still small.
So, currently at the moment, we're still building and building.
Good.
But as of right now, we have about I would say about 30 to 40 active members.
Awesome. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I
Man,
know. I
I
know.
can't like I can't take credit for being the person to be like, yo, you know what, film club, let's do that again. Like I wasn't part of the first e-board, nor was I ever like a president. But it is very exciting for me to be like, oh, they're still going. Like this wasn't just like a little pipe dream that me and my friends wanted to do. It was like something
Oh,
that the school needed. I don't know. Exciting.
It's definitely been very beneficial to have around. But yeah, awesome. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me? I know you said you had a few more questions for me.
Um, yeah. I don't know you. So in film, what do you want to do?
Me, so
Yeah.
I want to be a movie director. I want to direct. Mainly I want to work for Paramount at one point and just direct movies with Paramount. My movie making icon is Steven Spielberg. I love him, his story, the films he's made. Um, I think he's one of the, if not the most influential director that has touched the game. He just changed the game in so many ways, and just he's my inspiration. He's my inspiration for a lot of what I do in film.
Cool.
And right now, I have a copyrighted feature film script under my belt, which I officially put in for copyright. Yep, I
That's
have
awesome.
another. I have and that film is it's a series, so I have 4 more scripts for that coming up that are all going to be copyrighted.
That's
I have, I have a few short films under my belt, so I've definitely done everything I can to work outside and do some stuff for that. And I'm currently a junior here, and I've just had a great time at SFVA. It's been a lot. It's been fun. It's been fun getting to connect with people, getting to do films, getting to touch equipment that I maybe would not touch otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully we'll see you sometime soon.
Yeah, I'll call you.
Oh, of course, we got to exchange details after this.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty.